record, and we are recording. Okay, so this is Sylvia Dana with eXp Realty, and here we are for our Dum Dum's Guide to eXp Zoom class, and we're going to talk about kvCore again tonight because that's what everybody likes to talk about. What we're going to focus on is campaigns. So first, I have some questions for you. I want to make this a little interactive. So some of you are fully using kvCore, trying to, messing around with it. Maybe you've used a system like kvCore before where you had lead generating links. So put some ideas in the chat. Send me some ideas in the chat for what types of squeeze pages could you or would you want to create to post on your Facebook business page, as an example. So give me some ideas. For example, it's getting warm finally here in Michigan. My allergies are driving me nuts, and that's why my eyes look like this, and you're sorry about that. But and they're itchy and they're watering and it's terrible. But that means summer's coming. Yay. So I might choose to create a squeeze page of all the homes in my city that are listed and have pools, as an example. So what are some other ideas that we can generate of the different types of squeeze pages that we might create for Facebook? So send me a chat and we'll read them off. Think about yourself. Think about, geez, what's my price range? Am I going for luxury? Am I going for, am I going for lower price, more entry-level price, more first-time home buyer prices? What kind of demographic, who are my ideal buyers or sellers? What do they need? What's going to draw them in? What's my niche that I'm working with? So what kind of squeeze pages would I want to put out there to attract those kinds of buyers? What are my buyers in this area always looking for? Are they always looking for 3 bedrooms and 2 baths? How would I work with that? Those are some examples. So I got one coming in. Somebody said top renovated homes in San Diego under $450. So, okay. So I think, and I haven't messed with it a lot. You can manually create a squeeze page by choosing the listings ahead of time and making sure those listings, so the top 10 renovated homes in San Diego under $450, you could do that. I personally haven't messed with that yet, but you can do that. It's just a little more time consuming because you have to search them and decide and then enter them in. But I think that's a great one. You could also turn that into a blog post. You could send an email about it. You could really build on that niche. Who else has some ideas? More people send me ideas of what kinds of squeeze pages could you put out there? Maybe not just on Facebook. Maybe you'd write a blog. Maybe you'd send an email to your database. Maybe you'd send an email to a certain part of your database. Maybe you would text it. Maybe you would post it on Instagram. We'll talk more about that in a little bit, but what other I need some more ideas from you guys. Other types of squeeze pages that you would use. So again, think about who your buyers and sellers are, your ideal ones. And I'll throw some more ideas out there. So besides the pool one. So in my market, it seems like everybody wants a 3-bedroom, 2-bath for under 200,000. 3-bedroom, 2-bath under 200,000. That would be what people are looking for right now. So I could create a squeeze page on that to attract those buyers. And then again, I could write a blog post about it. I could post it to a neighborhood page in Facebook. I could email my database about it, maybe email it to some of those buyers that have looked for those kind of homes. I need some more ideas from you guys though. Could you do for an attendance zone? Attendance zone? Do you mean like a school district? I don't know what attendance zone means. Do you mean school district, Miriam?
Yeah, so because I do it on Craigslist where I do a free list for homes under 450 in the Dripping Springs ISD. That's because the median home price there is 565. So
Oh,
it's a
nice.
very sought after attendance zone. So I wonder if it's ever like a fair housing thing, because it is talking about schools, but I'm not saying family, right? I'm just saying to live in the attendance zone under 450,000, because that's a big deal, right? It's hard to find those homes.
Absolutely. So we have a similar area here in the Grand Rapids area. It's East Grand Rapids. So, here I am in Grand Rapids, and the average home price in Grand Rapids is $225. But East Grand Rapids, which is 2 blocks away in a city within a city, it's its own city within Grand Rapids, but it's called East Grand Rapids. And their homes, the lowest priced home is going to be $300,000, and they go up to like $1.5 million, maybe $2 million. Just because of the size of the homes, where it's located, the little village that they have, the lake that they have, and so East Grand Rapids School District is, because of the property, because in Michigan, how it works here is the higher the property taxes, the better the schools, because all the property, goes to the schools. So yeah, if I wanted to promote, hey, here's all the homes, at such and such a price in East Grand Rapids School District, that could be something. Yeah. How about, I need some more ideas from you guys. So you're thinking about, because a lot of you are like, geez, I need to generate leads on kvCore. Well, that's great. You got to come up with some ideas about how you're going to do that. So that's why I'm forcing you to think. So I want to see some more chats from other people, like, Trish, and I see Kayla hopped on, Meryl, Mary, Jason, Trish White, Anthony already gave me an idea. We've got Gordon Miller on here. So again, if those of you just hopped in, what we're trying to do here is I'm asking you for the types of squeeze pages that you could create and post or blog or send a text or email to your database to attract certain types of buyers. So we're coming up with different niches or concepts. So type 2 homes. So I don't understand any of your terms, being from Texas. Marion, what does this mean? Type 2 homes. I have no idea what that means.
So a type 2 home is you have a primary unit, and then you have a detached garage, apartment, or ancillary unit that can be used. And in Austin, with short-term rental, that is the easiest property to be able to get a permit for. It's very kind of locked down. So the idea of being able to have either a granny nanny cottage that you can use, or for rent.
Nice. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that's great. Here, we'd have to dig through that, because there's no button to click to say, oh, this has a mother-in-law quarters, type button in the MLS. But I love that you guys have that. Okay, so we could do duplexes, or, multi-units. Okay, what else? Other ideas? What I like to do too, just to attract clicks, even, it might not even be a serious buyer, but just what is, the most expensive home in, a certain neighborhood, not just a city, like an actual neighborhood, like, so I live close to Alger Heights in Grand Rapids, which is a pretty popular neighborhood. So people might be interested. What is the most expensive home in this neighborhood? Or the least expensive? Think of some more. I don't see anybody else chatting. Maybe something that you could do an Airbnb for. What's interesting in my county is you can't. You can't do Airbnb in my county. So homes that have price reductions, absolutely. So, the most, recently reduced homes, in certain neighborhoods, certain types of neighborhoods, desirable neighborhoods, maybe up and coming neighborhoods, whatever you can get to attract those buyers. My windows are open and it's warm out today. So people they think we all want to hear their music. So I don't know if you could hear that, but yeah. What else? Other ideas? We want to, again, we're trying to prime the pump to get more ideas. Construction ranches. What exactly is new construction ranches. Okay, so a ranch styles homes that are new construction. Absolutely, I love that idea. People want those. They want new construction and they want ranches. So that's a great one. Lakefront homes, homes that have water frontage or lake frontage in certain on certain lakes or in certain cities. Great. You guys are starting to think now. I'm excited. What else? Let's think of some more ideas. Homes that don't have HOA fees. Yes, I like that. Especially newer construction homes that don't have HOAs. That's a good one. Could you create a squeeze page for homes that have more than a certain days on market? You know what? I don't know if there's a way exactly to narrow that in on kvCore, Trish. However, I know that you can create a manual squeeze page where you select your own listings that you want to show. So you could, do the top 10 homes that have been on the market the longest, but you'd have to do some research on that because I don't think kvCore has that option, but that's a good, if they don't have that option, that's a good request of kvCore to have that be a searchable. Oh yeah, Mary, that's a great one. Homes with full finished basements. I like that one. Appeal to the out-of-state buyers interested in growing hemp. Yes. So kind of hemp-friendly homes. I like that one. Okay, we're doing great. I want a couple more ideas. So one we had homes in certain school districts, which is a great idea. I'm gonna jump on that one. What about as we're coming into, we're fully into spring now and summer's coming. I gave you that pool idea. Is there any other, squeeze pages, but between now and the fall, besides like the school ones that you can think of? There's like a couple of horse ranches here and there. I mean, we don't have a ton in Michigan. What's popular in Michigan is like second homes. Whenever we here in Michigan who live in like the lower part of Michigan go on vacation, we go up north. And that's usually to somebody's cabin on a lake. And so that, popular, second homes might be something fun. Yeah, vacation homes with patio kitchens. Yes, okay, I like that. Call capture codes for events going on in the community you're attending. Yeah, that's great, Kayla. That's like a little more advanced. But yes, absolutely. So what you could do is you could create a call capture code to see what events are going on in, Alger Heights this summer, like, or whatever, and, text this to get your list of events. And that would create a lead. I like that one. That's actually pretty fun. Kayla said all kinds of things on Eventbrite. Yes, you need to look for gardening workshops and home renovation workshops. Yeah, you could put a list together. That would be a great blog. Putting a list together of some events, that have something to do with gardening or, these free community events, cooking, gardening, DIY stuff, and put a little blog post together where these events are, and then do a landing page or a text code to generate those leads. I like that. A page to attract out-of-state buyer for lakefront property. Oh yeah. So you could create a custom page or just a single property squeeze page to attract buyers for, you know, luxury homes with lake frontage. Absolutely. Posting the event on social media with hashtags. That's also the text code. That's a great idea. Yeah, now we're talking. Okay, I like it. See, wasn't that fun? Okay, so this just gives you some ideas of, you know, marketing ideas to think about. Well, when I'm creating these squeeze pages, you know, what am I, you know, am I just always going to do your open house list and your, you know, what your home worth? I mean, I get stuck in that rut. So, so these are some ways to, you know, generate some interest. Okay, good. So now that you know the types of squeeze pages you might post in a variety of formats or platforms, now we're just going to talk about, okay, so once you get that lead, you want to be able to maybe have a specific campaign just for that lead, a specific type of campaign that's going to go out. So that's what we're talking about. So again, let's cross our fingers that I have no technical difficulties tonight. Okay. All right. So I am in my kvCore dashboard. And the first thing that I want to do is, because I've had this question and because I'm recording this, I want to make sure I say that when you create these squeeze pages ideas that we just talked about, you have to actually take that link and post it somewhere. It doesn't just automatically happen for you. The system doesn't just post it somewhere for you. I've actually had those questions. So you have to take those links and put them in places. So I'm going to actually show you that as an example first, okay? And so I'm going to go to Lead Engine, and I'm going to click on IDX Squeeze Pages and start building. And I liked the idea of East Grand Rapids listings. And let's see here. Put this back up there. And I'm gonna leave that open. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do just all the single family homes, and we'll say under 400,000. I like that. In East Grand Rapids. And I think my son's at the door because he's brought me a Diet Coke, and that's important for me right now. Hang on. Oh, thanks. He's a good boy. Okay. Okay, so I'm doing under 400,000 in the city of East Grand Rapids, single family homes. All right, and I am going to post this on Facebook. And then the hashtag I'm going to use is the hashtag we're going to talk about tonight. And because I'm posting this on Facebook to attract buyers on Facebook, I'm going to use the hashtag Facebook buyer. Okay, so I already created this hashtag. That's why it was already there for me. If you've never created that hashtag before, you'll have to manually create it and make sure it's in there. And then I'm going to use the listings from the search results. And then I'm going to click on, then here where it says property views allowed, this means how many pictures basically can this new lead look at before I ask them to register. And the default is 2. You know, and I could increase that a little bit so that it's, maybe if they're on my site a little bit longer, they're a bit more likely to register. So I'm going to increase it to 5. Okay. You can do this however you want. And then generate the link. So the reason I want to force the registration is the whole reason that I'm putting this list out there is to generate the lead. Okay. And so I'm not going to not force registration at some reasonable time. So I just wanted to give them a few more clicks. So maybe if they, sometimes if they just look at 2 pictures and they realize, oh, they're going to have to register, maybe they'll be like, forget it. But if they looked at several pictures and now they're kind of getting interested, so that's why I put it to 5. So notice, so I generated the link, and I want you to notice that there's 2 links here. And I just want to reiterate, I've talked about it before, that these 2 links are essentially the same. This long link, basically, if you look at this long link, you will see that it basically tells you exactly what this search is. It's East Grand Rapids City, and it is max of 400,000, and I didn't put any other things in there. I didn't put any other criteria. And and the source is Facebook, and the hashtag it's adding is Facebook buyer. Okay. This link here is the short link. It's the abbreviated link. And if I copy this link and I paste it into a new URL, a new address bar, it is going to automatically convert to that long link. So it's the same exact link. So if, when I save this link, which I'm going to show you how I do in a minute, I can just save the short link because it's going to automatically become the long link. So here's all my homes, all my listings for in East Grand Rapids. So they're going to get to go to the East Grand Rapids schools in East Grand Rapids. So I love this. I'm going to post this link, and I am going to post in Facebook right now. So I'm going to show you how I do that because, sometimes I assume people know how to do stuff, and they actually don't. So I'm going to fix that. We're going to learn it. All right, so I'm in my own Facebook account right now. I hope that you all have at least a Facebook account. I know some people don't. But I have my personal profile, and this is my news feed with my personal profile and my friends. Okay. Now I have several pages actually that I've created, but this one is my real estate page, and I am going to start with just posting on my business page for now. And I just want to make sure I'm showing you how to do this and not assume that everybody does know. So right now I'm going to click on here, and I'm just going to hit, for me it's Command V is paste. And if you have a PC, it's Control V for paste and Control C for copy. And I do Command V as in Victoria for paste. So anyway, what I want you to notice here is that this preview generated. So you can see this now. So this link here, I don't have to keep that link in there. I've had that question. So if I delete this, it's not going to go away. So I just want to make sure I say that some people are not that experienced as posting to Facebook like I am. So I can delete that now. So that link isn't messing things up and cluttering it up. But the actual information is still there. That link still lives. When people click on these images, it will take them. So I'm going to say, if you've been looking for a home in East Grand Rapids for under 400K, now is your chance. Check out these properties. And I'm not working real hard on this right now. I just want to show you. And I'm going to leave it like that. And then, and also, it actually is giving me the options of what pictures to hide. I'm just going to leave them all there. And I'm going to click on share. Okay. And so that's what I've done. Now I could take this same link I could take this link right from here and I could then share this to my personal profile, or I could take the link and just paste it in my personal profile, or maybe I'm part of a specific Facebook group that it might be great for me to post something like this in. Maybe I could write a blog post about it. Maybe I could send it to my database of people that I know that, you know, are interested in moving to East Grand Rapids or are already living in East Grand Rapids. So you get the idea. Okay. All right. So I feel like I've done that. I've done my part. I'm happy. Okay. Now, the next thing is I am going to look and see if I already created this campaign. If I did, I'm going to delete it. So now what we need to do is if somebody clicks on that link, I want to be notified that I got a lead from somebody clicking that link. And I also want them to get a specific campaign. I want them to get a campaign that says, hey, you saw a property on Facebook and you clicked on it, and I'm a realtor and I want to help you. And so I want to talk to them personally that, hey, I know that you saw this property on Facebook and I'm a local realtor and I can help you. That's what the first message I want to send to them. And I want to make sure they get that campaign instead of just the generic buyer campaign. So that's what we want to control here. So you can think about wherever you post your links, what do you want the follow-up to be? So that's what a campaign is developing this follow-up. All right. So how we do that is we click on Marketing Autopilot and we click on Smart Campaigns, Start a Campaign. Now, if you haven't done this already, it is possible that you have no campaigns in your library. I do, but it's possible that you don't have any campaigns down here whatsoever. So if that is you, what I'm going to ask you to do, and you can write this down, and I also, you can write this down or just take notes or whatever you want to do, is what you're going to do is when you go to your campaign library here, it says kvCore Library System Campaigns, you're going to click on this drop down. And then there are two campaigns I like to point people to. One is the Conversion Default Seller Campaign, and one is the Conversion Default Buyer Campaign. So what happens is when a lead clicks on something that is designed for a seller, a squeeze page that's designed for a seller, or they just behave like a seller on your website, like for example, they request their home valuation on your website, so they're behaving like a seller, they are going to automatically get the seller campaign. If you click Add to My Library, I've already done this, so I'm not going to do it, but you can just click on Add to My Library, okay? And then you're going to make sure the campaign's active. I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. Now, what I like about this campaign, if you're not used to working with campaigns yet, is that it only has 7 touches. So it's not a super aggressive campaign. It's a pretty long campaign, and it will just get you started so you know something is happening, some kind of follow-up is happening with your new leads as you're learning this system. Because you could choose a more aggressive campaign because they're here that have more touches. Like there's this new lead buyer campaign that has 42 touches with texts and all this kind of stuff. And maybe you're like, whoa, I feel like I don't have control and I don't want people to be contacted if I don't know what's happening. So that's why I'm just suggesting to start with these 2 little ones. So Conversion Default Seller Campaign, add to my library. And then the Conversion Default Buyer Campaign. Again, you're going to click on Add to My Library. It only has 6 touches. Again, these are 2 good campaigns just to get you started so that if a lead that behaves like a buyer searching properties, or a lead that behaves like a seller asking for their home valuation and such, that they will get followed up on with something. Okay? All right. So once you click on Add to the Library, they're going to show up here, and then the status might be grayed out. and that means the campaign's not active. So once you add those campaigns here, just say yes to activate them. Now you're going to have 2 active campaigns to get you started. Okay? All right. So let's say you've done that already. And now what we want to do is we want to create a campaign now that, I'm looking for my correct pieces of paper here. We want to create a campaign now that will follow up with our Facebook lead from that link we just posted. So I think that I already have it here, but I am going to actually go ahead and delete it. There it is. I'm just going to delete this so that I can show you how you can just redo it. Let's remove it. Okay. So I need to create a campaign, and the way that I'm going to create this new Facebook buyer campaign, here are the steps. So I've already added that conversion default buyer campaign, and I have a lot of campaigns here, so here it is. Here's my conversion default buyer campaign. I'm going to click on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to clone this campaign. I'm going to make a copy of it. All right? I'm going to make a copy of it, and I'm going to do one more thing. Hang on. Hold, please. I should have done this before I got in here. All right. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of this campaign so that I can use this campaign as sort of a foundation to create my new campaign, okay? So here I am at my conversion default buyer campaign, which I've already added to my library and is active so that any buyer lead that comes in that acts like a buyer, this campaign will run. But again, I want to reach out to just my Facebook clicks, my people who are interested in properties that I posted on Facebook. So what I do is I'm going to hit clone, okay? So I'm just gonna clone it. And I'm not gonna worry about any of this stuff. I'm just gonna clone it. So next, next. Now this is where it goes campaign details. This is where I get to rename it. So I'm gonna rename it Facebook buyer campaign. And then here I'm just gonna write test, because the reason I'm doing this is because when you clone it, all you really need to be doing is renaming it, and then you're gonna go back and edit it. So I'm just cloning it, renaming it, clone. Okay. So now I've cloned it. I already know, so this is my new campaign, but just so you're all sure that that other campaign still exists and we're not like overriding the old campaign, I just wanna show you that it's still there. Here it is. My conversion default buyer campaign is still safe and sound. There it is. All right. So going back to my new Facebook buyer campaign that I created, I am going to start editing it. Oops. So there it is. So now I'm going to edit this campaign. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to edit how and when the campaign runs. And so I'm going to click here on edit, and I am going to just click all this off. And when I want this Facebook campaign to run is only in one instance, and that is when it is, click here, moved to a hashtag. That's when I want this campaign to run. When this campaign runs, I want it to run when it has the Facebook buyer hashtag, okay? So I just, as you, at the beginning here when I created that squeeze page, remember the hashtag we created for that particular squeeze page was Facebook buyer. Well, when leads come in from that link, I want, and the Facebook buyer hashtags associated with that lead, I want this campaign to run. That's what I'm saying here, okay? So next, it is designed for a buyer, next. And now here's where I'm gonna just update my description and say, designed for leads who, this doesn't have to be perfect, this is just for you, come in via squeeze page, post page, posted on Facebook with Facebook buyer hashtag. Okay, so I've just edited it just so that now I've told myself whenever I'm going back to this to say, what the heck is this campaign? Well, I designed this campaign for leads who come in via squeeze page posted on Facebook with the Facebook, I misspelled that, buyer hashtag. Okay, now the next thing that's silly, now I will tell you, kvCore has a complete guide to smart campaigns, but it's not super helpful in a certain way. So I don't listen to it, okay? I listen to me. And I say where it says run or always run, in this case, I'm gonna say yes, always run. Anytime this lead comes in with the Facebook buyer hashtag, yes, I want it to run, okay? So next, so then you can review your campaign. I built the campaign, so it's in my it's in my kvCore dashboard. It's going to run for agents. So these two parts is if I was on a team and I was like an admin for a kvCore team account, this is when those first two things matter. But for most of us here, we all just have, you know, our own individual kvCore account. So you're not going to worry about that. And the campaign is going to start when the Facebook buyer tag is added. It's designed for a buyer. That's what it's called. It's always going to run. And locked means you can say yes or no. It doesn't matter. If you are in a kvCore account that's associated with a team, then you're going to be able to share your campaigns by unlocking those campaigns. Most of us here are not associated with a team in the way that our kvCore accounts are set up as a team account. So it doesn't matter what you do here. No one's going to get to see your campaign. Now, when we used to have conversion, that was different. With conversion, you could unlock your campaign or lock your campaign, and anybody could use it if they wanted to, if you unlocked it. Not the case with conversion or with kvCore. So now I'm going to update the campaign. So I've done that. I see somebody's chatting with me, so I want to read the chat. So Diana, I'm going to show you how we're going to fix that. So Diana's asking, what keeps it from always running both campaigns, the default and your hashtag one? So I'm going to show you how I fix that. Okay, so hold please. So, and since she asked that now, I'll just go ahead and show you now, okay? So we're not done with this Facebook campaign because it's still the exact same as the other one. But I'll go back and show you now what I'm gonna do with that original campaign. So now I'm going back to our original conversion default buyer campaign, okay? And the way that this is set up now is that it starts when the lead is new. So if a buyer lead comes in and it's a brand new lead, that is one way that it will automatically start. However, it's not going to start if one of these hashtags is not present. If these hashtags are not present, oh, I'm sorry, if these hashtags are present, it's not going to start. So let me show you. So I'm going to edit this. So I'm going to start this campaign when the status is new lead, B, the hashtag is not seller share. That's another campaign I have. And also when the hashtag is not next door buyer. And now I'm going to say, and also when the hashtag is not Facebook buyer. So now what I'm saying is like, hey, Mr. Conversion Default Buyer Campaign, you're going to run if the hashtag is not Facebook buyer. That's when you're going to run. Okay? And you aren't going to run if the Facebook buyer tag is there. Okay? So if the hashtag Facebook buyer is not there, then this campaign will run. Okay? So I'm just going to go through, and then notice where it says always run, yes or no. No, don't always run. I'm going to choose that for this campaign, this default buyer campaign, because I only want this to run if I don't have my hashtags associated with it. So I'm going to say no, don't always run. Okay, so Diana, I hope that answers your questions about how to fix that problem. I've tested it, and this is how it works. So, so again, we've got 2 campaigns going. This first campaign I'm editing right now is that first conversion default buyer campaign that's going to run if the status is a new lead and it's not associated with my campaign called seller share, and it's not associated with my campaign called Facebook buyer, and it's kind of screwing up here. So I'm going to when I kvCore is stupid, you guys. So it does stupid things. It's missing something. That's fine. I'm going to update it and then make sure it's showing the right thing. So I'm going to click update, and it is there. So I'm going to click on. I was going to click on all campaigns. I'm going to go back to it. It's kind of like when things don't work in kvCore and things aren't displaying the way you think they are, or if you're trying to hit add or hit a button and nothing's happening, what you need to do is you need to hit, if you're in a Mac, you're going to do Command-Shift-R, which is a hard refresh. And if you're on a PC, you're going to go Control-Shift-R, which is a hard refresh. Okay? So I just want to double check on that campaign and make sure it's showing up the way it's supposed to. So yes, so again, so now it's showing up. So it's going to start when the status is a new lead. There's no seller share tag there. There's no next door buyer tag. And I haven't gone through these things yet, you guys. These are just associated with my other types of campaigns. But what we're talking about right now is this Facebook buyer tag. If there's no Facebook buyer tag, then this will run. Okay? And I put, no, don't always run. All right, I hope, is that clear? And I'm going to see if I have any questions. Oh, good. Diana's got it. Okay. All right, now we're going to go back and just look at our Facebook campaign. And it's always going to run when the Facebook buyer tag is added. Okay, but now we're going to fix it up to be an actual Facebook buyer campaign. And you guys, you can edit this however you want to edit it. I'm going to tell you what I do. Okay, and what seems to be working for me. But you will develop your own things. So the first thing that I do is this first day 1 initial text. The way you can see what the heck this is, if you click on edit and click on view this template, is going to show you what it is. So what this is, it's a text message. And it says, hey, I forgot to ask you yesterday after you visited the site, are you an investor? Are you potentially looking for a house to live in? I don't like that text for this campaign, and so I'm getting rid of it. Okay? Yes, remove. Okay, so ta-da, gone. All right. Okay, so again, what I'm doing right now is I'm modifying this campaign to be what I want it. The other one that I don't like is this one, quick property tour. it says, hey, I've got some free time in my calendar this weekend if you want to meet up and tour 2 or 3 properties. No, I don't know who this person is, and I don't know if I'm free this weekend. I do not want this to go, okay? So I'm getting rid of that. Yes. Okay, so I just moved those. Okay, I just moved this. But what I want it to do is I want it to start with a specific email that's going to let them know how I know them and why I'm emailing them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new template. I'm going to add an email. Okay. Now, when you get these leads from Facebook, you will probably get several phone numbers, because when the kvCore registration page comes up, it offers people to say, hey, do you want to register with your email address, or do you just want to log in with Facebook or Google? And when people see a link on Facebook and they click on it and it says, hey, you can log in with Facebook, they're gonna usually click that one. So that's how you're gonna get their name, their email address associated with their Facebook account, and a phone number if there's somebody who puts their phone number in their Facebook profile. Okay? Or sometimes they might decide to log in with Google, or they'll just give you their email address. Okay? But you might get some phone numbers, is what I'm saying. Okay. So I'm going to go here now up to where it says templates. I'm going to click on templates. And I already have my template in here, so I'm going to delete it. Okay, yeah, it was never in there. And then I am going to show you how I add a template. So all I do is I click here, add template, email template. Now I've got here my little notes. I've got the email for this. Okay, so I'm just going to copy that and I'm going to paste it. Okay, so one thing I already know about this system is and how I do this is when I paste any text from my notes, then it shows up and it already has spaces in it, so I'm not going to give it spaces again. But if you're typing this free form from the beginning, you're going to want to hit enter for spaces, but don't mind that. But the first thing we can do here is we can personalize the name. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So hi, and you want to say what their name is. So this little guy here where it says insert merge tag, I'm going to click on hi, insert merge tag lead. So I'm going to say hi to the lead's first name. I'm just going to click on that, and there, now it's inserted. So that's called a merge tag. So if Sue Smith clicks on your link in Facebook and registers, then you are going to get her name if she logs in with Facebook or Google. And you'll be able to say, hi, Sue. It'll just automatically populate in there. And now these properties that they're clicking on, I might be clicking on creating multi-property squeeze page, like all the homes in East Grand Rapids. Or I might be just posting a single property squeeze page just for one property. And it may or may not be my listing. So what I want to do here is make this kind of vague and but still say, hey, you know me because of Facebook. So all I'm saying here is, I noticed you checked out the home for sale that was posted on Facebook. And in this case, I'm just going to say a home for sale that was posted on Facebook the other day. I'm a local realtor and I'd love to know what you think about the listing. I need your feedback. What do you think about the presentation? How about the price? This particular actually email that I have here is really, I guess, best for a single property. But I'm actually just not going to worry about it because this has worked fine for me, and I've sent this one before, and nobody cares because they might have looked at several properties, but they don't even remember what they looked at. They just know they clicked on something in Facebook. And then it's going to say, who do you know that might be interested in purchasing this home? And I'm going to add one more other thing. Do you have any real estate questions? Question mark. All right. And then I have it's going to default to include signature, so that's already going to be there. All right. So then the subject. I make the subject super simple. And I say, about the property, because it could have been a land listing, about the property you viewed on Facebook is my subject line with a little smiley face. Yes, I put a smiley face and it works. Somebody's chatting with me. Yes. Okay. So Adam says to make video and adding an intro video a goal for this year. So, okay. So about the property you viewed on Facebook, and then I'm just going to give it a template name of Facebook intro email. Ta-da! All right. And I'm going to add the template. And there it is. Now, if I just want to double check to make sure it lives. Okay, great. I got 2 of them. Fantastic. That's okay though. I'm gonna delete that. I thought I already deleted it, but it didn't actually go away, so whatever. There it is. Okay. So I'm just gonna click on it, just make sure. There it is. Okay. All right. So I'm going back to my campaign library. So let's pretend you've added all the templates that you want in, for your Facebook campaign. And again, you can just search for it here. Here it is. And now I'm going to add an action, and I'm going to add the email. And I'm just going to search for the template that I just made. There it is, Facebook intro email. And then I can click on view this template to make sure that it looks the way I want it to look. And it does. And it says what I want to say. And yay. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to give it the first name, just the same name really, is just Facebook intro email. And then here's another thing. You might want this little email to run immediately. You want it to be sent immediately upon receiving the lead, or within a few minutes. So you can select minutes, hours, days. Here's why I don't like that right now in kvCore. Right now in kvCore, if I say send this within 5 minutes or 10 minutes or run it immediately, and then I go into the lead to see if that particular touch has happened, it won't show me today's touches. It won't show me what's happening for today's campaign. It'll only show me future touches. And that's a flaw in kvCore right now. It's not that it didn't happen or isn't going to happen, but I don't know because I can't see it, and I don't like that. So the way that I do it for myself, because it makes me feel good inside, is to just say that they're going to get it the next day. Okay? So that's why I have in my email, I noticed you clicked on a property on Facebook the other day. And it's really, it happened yesterday, okay? So I say time value 1 and I add it. So there it is, it's day 1. Now, you will notice, I could keep adding other actions. I could add a call if I give her the phone number, I could add a text message. I could add a task. I could add a tag, a status, a webhook. We'll go and do some other day. Somebody's under promise, over deliver. Right. Okay. Where am I at? Okay. So again, you can add other touches in here. One thing that you might do too is see how long this campaign is. I mean, it's 100 days. You might want to shorten it up. So, do I have this shortened up? I know that I do. I don't know if I put it in my little guide. I'll just show you how you can do it. So this is every like 25 days. I just don't want them to go 100 days. I don't know. You know what? To me right now, this is fine. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. If I want to add something or change something later, but if I wanted to change it, you can. I guess I'll show you. Fine, I'll show you whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna click on what I want it to do. Instead of 100 days, I'm gonna click on edit, and instead of 100 days, I'm going to say 80 days. Okay. Oops. 80. All right. Update. There. So now on the 80th day. Now I do want to add something at the end so that I am alerted that nothing's happening with this particular person anymore. So I'm going to add a couple of things. I'm going to add an action. The first action I'm going to add is a status. So right now, this lead probably came in as a new lead. And, you know, if nothing's happened with them and they're now not an active lead, nothing's going on with them, they're not interacting with me, you know, I'm going to put him as a prospect. But at this point, I mean, it's possible that if this campaign is still going for them, because nothing's changed, then I could put him as in my sphere. But I'm going to put it as a prospect because I still don't know this person. So I'm going to change the status. So I'm going to hit here status change to prospect is just what I'm naming this. And there's nothing to view, okay? It's just a status change. The system will just do it. And I'm going to do it on the 81st day because that's the day after my last campaign touch, okay? So that's one thing. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add a tag. So the tag I'm going to add is no response. So in other words, I cannot get this, I have not done what I need to do to get this lead to respond or interact. So no response tag added. And I'm going to write no response as my tag. So, and then again, I'm going to do it on the 81st day. So what this means, now I'm just going to add it. So what this means is on the 81st day when this campaign is ended, it will get changed to prospect and the no response tag is going to be added. So now every once in a while, maybe I could even schedule it for myself once a month or, the first day of every month or whatever I want to do to go into my smart CRM and search the hashtag no response and see any new people and see if I want to put them on a new campaign or do something different than what I'm doing. So that so that's my strategy with that. Okay. And then finally, the other thing we have to do is activate the campaign. Okay. So now it's active. So let's look at it and make sure everything is good to go. There it is. It's going to start when Facebook buyer tags added. There's the intro email is going to come. All this is going to happen. It's going to be great. We're going to love it. Okay, somebody's chatting with me. How does the system know if they have not responded? That's a great question, Trish. This is kind of another flaw with kvCore. It really doesn't know. You will know. So basically what's happening here is maybe they've responded kind of, but not to the point where you're doing absolutely anything with them. They're not on a new campaign. You haven't done anything. So what I'm saying is if you had done something with them, you would have taken off the Facebook buyer campaign and put them on a new campaign, because maybe now they're a current client, or you just took the Facebook campaign off because now you're doing stuff with that person and they're now just an active lead. So it's sort of, I don't know, Adam, you can speak up to this because you've done a lot of testing with this too, but my understanding is kvCore doesn't know or doesn't have a way to tell you. They don't automatically take off campaigns just because the person responded to you. Isn't that right, Adam?
That is correct. So kvCore generally will log the communication that the lead sends to you in, like when you go into the actual contact view, it will show you essentially the chronological order of communication between the system, you, and the lead. And if the lead does not respond, generally what you're going to see is just communication outbound. And when you go into a contact and look at the history, it'll say, like send out a text or whatever, like whatever, like view properties, email kind of thing, and you can read the email that it sends out. And if there's a response there, you should have your settings in kvCore so that your mobile app will give you a notification that happened. That's what I have.
In what Trish, what you can do, and so really, the reason I set it up like that, Trish, is for myself, that every month I will go in and I will search no response hashtag, so that I can decide to do something. Now, if that's not comfortable for you, you don't like that, you could change it to campaign ended tag, or no campaign tag or something like that, so that if you're doing a monthly search, you can find who are these people that I don't know what to do with, so I can just do something with them.
Like one of these, like I'll give an example. Okay. I've got this lead in my CRM I've had for about 2 months. I'm not kidding you. This lady has looked at 60 to 70 different properties.
So she's
never responded to any communication whatsoever. I looked her up on Spokeo. She's got a legit Facebook, Google. I mean, she's on social media. Like, what do I do with that? I have no idea. I'm ready to like hunt her down and tackle her in the parking lot at a grocery store and shove my business card in her purse and be like, call me. I don't know what to do.
Right. But so just having this notification, it's just a notification to yourself, like, hey, do something with this person. Maybe start a new campaign, something. Okay, so you can do it however that's comfortable for you, Trish. And then Kayla says you can create specific tasks. The system keeps up with the progress of the task you completed. Right. Okay, so again, you can come up with a different strategy that's comfortable for you or makes sense for how you work. All right. So now we're done with that. So what we did, we created a new campaign, and just to summarize what we did, we basically cloned a campaign to create a new one, and then modified it to our liking so that it would respond and follow up with a certain hashtag. And that's what we've done. And then what we did is we went to the original campaign that we cloned from and just made sure that campaign would not run at the same time. Okay, somebody's chatting. Oh, yeah, Kayla's just giving you some tips about what's going on with that person there, Adam. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the big test. Okay, we're going to do the big test to see if my stuff works. And I've tested this so many times, and it's gonna. Okay, so I'm a new lead on my own Facebook page, and here I am on my link, and I'm gonna look at these great properties, and let's see. Ooh, this one looks nice, and I'm gonna view it. Ooh, and I'm gonna look at the pictures. I love professional photos. I hope you guys are investing in professional photos. They're so nice. Oh, and I put it on the longer thing so I can look at all kinds of stuff, because remember I gave myself 5 things I could look at, so I'm gonna go look at some more. Previous. Okay, back. Okay. Let's see, what else can I look at? It shouldn't know that I'm here, so gosh, I shouldn't have put it on so many views. Hang on. I should have left it on my default. So, but this is good for you guys to see. Like, this is what your lead gets to do. They get to look and look. So, you know, I see a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to make people register. Yes, you do. That's the whole point of this. Okay, good. Finally. All right. All right. So keep it on the default 2 views. That was too many. Okay. So now I have the action. I can put in my email address, or I can continue with Facebook or Google. Okay. And most people, if they're going to click on from your Google, from your Facebook page, they're going to click on continue. Then it says, hey, enter your cell, and this could be used as your password. That's kind of sneaky, isn't it? But I'm just saying, no thanks, just let me in. All right. And then it's going to take me, and it's going to allow me to look at more things now. What I don't like is it usually has this sort of lag where it takes a long time, but people don't, I still get the lead, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, somebody's chatting. Spokio says she has a 6-figure income. Nice. Maybe I'll move to GR. Okay. All right. Sounds good, Diana. All right. We'd love to have you. All right, so now let's see if my stuff works. Okay, so I just put in myself as a lead. I'm going to my dashboard. And there I am. I looked at all, oh, Sylvia Dana looked at so many things. Okay, that is a lesson. I do not like that default 5. We're going to default 2. That works. Okay, we learned. Just leave it the way it is. You want the thing. Okay, look how pretty it is, you guys. So look what happened here. Here's my lead, and it put me on a campaign, Facebook buyer campaign. And Diana, notice it didn't put me on any other campaigns. It didn't also put me on the other conversion default buyer campaigns. I'm only on 1 campaign. Okay, I'm not on 2. And it gave me the hashtag of Facebook buyer. And then what it did here is it said it added the hashtag Facebook buyer. And it met the hashtag is Facebook buyer, and it was assigned the campaign Facebook buyer campaign. And then here where it says future touch points, it's showing me all the touches that are going to happen. Look at that. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay. All right. Yes, it is alive. Yes, Diana gets me. It is alive. Okay. So there you go. I have done my duty for EXP today, don't you think? All right, so now you have this knowledge, you guys. You can build your own campaigns. And I just want to make sure that you all know I have made these campaigns somewhere. I'm just going to put them in the chat. It's a link. And it's a public folder that you're welcome to do, that I've got the instructions for this Facebook buyer deal and other kvCore campaigns and I'm going to add to this folder, you guys. I'm going to continue to add to it. So if you keep the link to this folder, you'll still see things added and edited as we go here. So I've got an agent attraction one, and the Facebook buyer campaign, a FSBO one, Nextdoor buyer campaign, and Nextdoor seller campaign for use on Nextdoor. And I'm going to put that in the chat. Boom. Yeah, I know we need to do landing pages, and I'm just telling you that I'm not ready yet, because people are still, current people that are still following me are still aren't sure about even posting links to Facebook yet. So we're getting there, okay? We're getting there. So your assignment for the next week is to create one, maybe take one of these campaigns here and try it out, build it yourself, maybe try a different sort of campaign. Maybe create a specific type of campaign for a specific type of squeeze page. Maybe it's special. You know, I do have another campaign called, it's my seller share campaign, where basically it's the Facebook campaign that I created, but I say, hey, you clicked on your Facebook friends listing, and guess what? I'm actually the realtor for that listing, and I would love your feedback on this. What do you think? Who do you know who wants to buy this home? And you know, and it's just, and I love that one. So anyway, you do what you want. But is there any final questions? I feel like that's enough for tonight, and I hope that was helpful. Anybody? Bueller? All right, Diana, thanks so much. I hope that helped you. Kayla, I'm so glad to see you, and I'm glad you're on here. And Kayla, we are going to have a lunch and learn, Kayla, on Friday, and I am going to be at Starbucks tomorrow in the morning, and let's talk. And Adam, I'll talk to you tomorrow, and everybody have a great night.
Okay. You know, I'm gonna like seriously push you for landing pages, right?
I know. I will get there.
We need to.
I know.
Because there's like dum-dums that are like just learning, and we need to have like a dumbs class. So halfway to getting this complicated system. That's what we need. It's like the dum-dums 201, the advanced ones.
Dum-dums 201. I like it. Okay.
See?
All right, you guys. I'm gonna go to bed. My allergies are killing me, and I'm gonna watch Game of Thrones. So I gotta go.
All right. We'll see ya.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Good night.